If you're building an online business or a print-on-demand brand, distraction is killing your chances of any success. You see, most people only have this tiny little window each day where they're able to actually work on their business. The problem is that every scroll of the phone fills that window with just more trends, more viral tactics, and more shiny objects, and ultimately more reasons to legitimately question what you're building. Now, after scaling multiple e-commerce brands and reaching $25 million in total sales, I've learned that the real momentum comes from our ability to protect that window. That's why today I use what I call productive boredom. Basically, it gives me space to think, spot better ideas, and avoid shiny object syndrome, and ultimately actually move forward in the business. So here are the 5 tactics that I use every single day to create productive boredom so that you too can protect your focus and build momentum throughout your day. But before we dive into the tactics, it's really important to see how much this is actually affecting you. Because a lot of people think, I'll get to it later. But if you're building this business around a 9 to 5, your open time is already extremely limited. You see, because sleep already takes about 1/3 of your day. Work takes another 1/3. Then you have commuting, you have getting ready, you have family time, food, errands, and then just normal life. And after all of that, this is what's left in between. This tiny little window. That is where you're supposed to be building your business that's going to ultimately lead to you accomplishing all of your hopes and dreams this amount of time. So when that time gets eaten up by all these distractions, you don't just lose time, you lose momentum and you lose sight of the goals that you set out to accomplish in the first place. That's why these tactics matter. Now let's get into the 5 ways that I build productive boredom into my day. Number 1 is make your phone boring. So I removed all social media from my phone several years ago, and it was by far one of the highest leverage things that I've done. Because now when I look at my phone, I only have entertaining things that relate to operating the business and helping me closer to my goals. And this goes all the way down to the simplicity of your screen, making sure that there's no unnecessary distractions. And then on the homepage, making sure you don't have unnecessary apps you're not actually using anyway. And then any extra apps you have, you organize them all into very simple to use folders. Because if your phone is just this dopamine overload the second you look at it, and your brain always knows that it's just one little motion away, it's going to be constantly basically reminding you that you should be picking it up throughout the entire day. So basically, your phone should not be feeding you these new trends and shiny objects every time you have 5 quiet seconds. And if you not have the ability to just sit there and simply be silent and be quiet for 5 seconds, you are screwed. You might as well not even try starting your business until you fix that, because that is a byproduct of your brain just being so scattered that it can't possibly sit with the idea of just being still for a few minutes. This is not just your phone, but it's having background noise at all time, always having dopamine just one motion away. That is bad. That needs to stop. And number 2 is create before you consume. And look at it this way. How many times in the past week when you woke up was the very first thing you did that you checked your phone in the morning? You immediately started consuming, whether if it was social media or not, doesn't even matter. What was the first thing you did? You lifted up your phone and you checked, what did Slack say? What did social media say? What's in your email? You are becoming a consumer, and being a business owner, by definition, you are a creator. When you start the day by creating and simply put aside all the consumption until later on in the day, you are building momentum for yourself. You are gearing your brain in the direction of, I need to be doing things, I need to be building before I get to reward myself with just passively consuming. So here's what you can do today. Before watching a tutorial or checking trends or going on Twitter, launch just one new product. Move the ball forward in one way, improve one listing, write one email, update one design. Make it minimal, but be the one who is leading the charge in your business, and you are not falling back on your haunches and just consuming. Third, you need to make your workspace boring. Here's a simple phrase you can carry forward for the rest of the time that has really left an impact on me, which is the state of your desk is the state of your mind. So what I personally do is I have the most minimal setup possible. I don't have sticky notes everywhere. There's no random tabs. The workspace is so boring that when I sit down, the only thing that I have to focus on is the business itself, so that then the business becomes interesting. So your environment is either pulling you into distractions or it is making focus easier. The whole goal here is that we are making focus your default state. It is not the ability to sit down and just do one thing for an extended period. That's what most people think. The real definition is the complete lack of other alternatives. So close every tab except for the one needed for the task that's at hand. Really challenge yourself on this and see if you're able to do it just for the next 45 minutes, and you'll be shocked at how challenging it is. And the challenge is exactly what tells you how worthwhile it is. Fourth is take input-free walks. Basically, go for a walk with no podcast, no music, no videos, no scrolling. Just see how that feels. There's something that myself and Meg do that has been transformative for our own lives is that we go on walks and we talk through the business, our ideas, decisions, distractions, and this walk essentially creates space to think without us having to force it. And this is the time in our day that ideas are allowed to connect. And we don't try to force anything to happen, but it also allows us to just talk through any shiny objects before we start acting on them. So what you can do today is take a 10-minute walk with no input, just going for a walk, but with yourself or a partner, and just talk through the day. And if walking doesn't fit, like go for a drive. Whatever you have to do, just give your brain time to turn off and just file through everything that happened that day. Then number 5, and perhaps most importantly, is having a shiny object parking lot. Meaning, as an entrepreneur, as you are building your business, I promise you, you have tons of brilliant ideas. They are all great. There are no dumb ideas. Where they become dumb ideas is when you allow your brain to start acting on them as soon as it enters your mind's eye. If you are focused on the number one task at hand that the business actually needs and an idea pops in, I don't care what that idea is, it needs to be written down in your shiny object parking lot. Basically, it needs to be written down on your to-do list, and then you just let it sit there for a week at a time. This has become the new operating principle that has worked so well for Meg and I. Whenever we have a new idea we think we should jump into, the more we feel like jumping into it, the more we know that we have to pull back and just wait on it for the time being and really sit on it and see if a week later, is that thing still a priority? Because if it's not, then the parking lot has served its purpose, because it has shown you there that that thing was just a shiny object to begin with. And the reason you thought it was such a great idea was not really your logical part of your mind talking. It was all emotion driven. And I'll be honest with you, this is the biggest one for beginners, because a shiny object can feel like the thing that is finally going to make the business turn the corner. It always has that silver bullet like fallacy attached to it, thinking that this is it, this is the thing, and it is never the truth. I promise you that if you're a beginner, you do not have the ability to identify this silver bullet because they do not exist. There are no silver bullets. So you just need to learn to quiet that part of your brain, which took me years and years of chasing down every shiny object, and just stay the course that you're already on. So what I want you to do is take out a piece of paper or use a to-do app, whatever works for you, and write down every idea that pops in your head for 7 days. And then review it at the end of the week. So say you're watching this on a Monday, come next Sunday, I want you to be sitting down to review it and see with a fresh set of eyes, how do those ideas actually look? And if you're able to accomplish even 3 out of those 5, you are leagues ahead of where I was even the first couple of years into this, and you are the perfect person to start going through the free 12-hour plus course. So if you have not checked that out, click the link down in the description. You'll be able to watch it over on Meg's channel. And other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.